gonna be somewhere. Gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere. Gonna be somewhere. Gonna be somewhere. There we go. There we go. Upcoming and now live right now. Let me tell you, I am the first to be here on my own live stream, and probably without any notification whatsoever. Let's give it a thumbs up. I'm going to presume that this is going to be a very good live stream indeed. And then Batman Ruben is here. Sorry. It's one thing doing an impromptu live stream and then oh, that was confusing. Where's your green stuff gone? Oh, right, no, okay, right, no, blue stuff rather. Yeah, I just had a snap decision. I'm making curry. I'm in the mood for just enjoying relaxing tonight. I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have a beer without 27 likes because I've not had one for a couple of days. I've had 2 nights where I've just had an early night and that's it. Going to sleep at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So tonight I thought I'm going to do it the other way around, where I'm just going to just really enjoy cooking and really enjoy having a beer. So I might have more than 1 beer. I'm not going to put a restriction on anything tonight. I'm just going to make a super duper keema, which I'm already in the process of at the moment, which is the thumbnail picture, which is these onions here, which are nicely being cooked. And in a moment, I'm going to get the mince out and start cooking away at that. And I just feel really rather jolly tonight. I wonder if anybody else does as well. So, without further ado, let's get the beer. Let's get the beer. Because whatever happens, I'm having a beer. I almost had one last night, but I just went to sleep instead. What a fabulous evening this is going to be. They taste even better when you don't have one for a while. So before that's ready to be liquidized, meat's ready to go in there, but what's the rush? What indeed is the rush? More important is saying hello to you chaps on here than actually eating food. Don't you think? So Batman Ruben is already here. Well, I've already said that. Peter P is here. Good evening, Tricky Chaps channels. Yes, indeed. Obviously, I don't want to be doing mustard in the kitchen type videos on the other channel. That's more for serious video making. And so is this one as well. This is much more for serious video making than the other one. Let's get that clear. By the way, 27 likes and I will have a beer, okay? The Greenwood 2.0 is here. That was confusing. Hello, Mega Shield 13. Hello, Captain. Hello, Mega Shield 13. I'm going to give you a 6.5 out of 10 for that name. Mystic Hair. Come on, Captain. Sort your shite out. I just have done. I've done a very good job of sorting it out. Thank you very much. You can have a beer. We get 27 likes, says Batman Rubin. Yes, indeed. Let's hope to have a good few tonight, eh? I don't mean good few beers. I'll have those if I really want them. But, you know, I might not. I might just go completely off the idea. And Peter P, hello. My phone announced it, then I couldn't find you. I mean, yeah, that would be confusing, wouldn't it? I missed your breakfast live, says Batman Rubin. Oh, that's quite a good idea doing a breakfast live. When, in particular, if it's one of those days where I'm just not really in a rush to get out, it just kind of gives me a bit of a lift. It did do this morning, and then I went off to work and just did stuff on my car. Tomorrow, I'm going to have to do stuff on somebody else's car, which I meant to be doing today, but I didn't get around to it. But yeah, great start to the day. Having eggs and conversation. It was excellent. Oh, hang on, wrong ID. Shows you how confused I am. It did. It properly showed me how confused you are. Otter MG is here, even all there. Blue, green again, says Greenwood. Thank you very much. I've done quite a few. It seems like I've done a few live streams without the help or need for muddy. I'm just a bit silly tonight, actually. That jacket is going to stink of curry, says Mystic Hair, but I don't really care. If you're going to have a jacket smell of something, it may as well be curry, hasn't it? And after all, that smell fades after a while. No, some people want the jacket moved so they can see more fish, don't they? Barry is here from SETI Alpha 5. Scared us there. We thought he was an evil twin. Hello. Hello, darling, says Emma Lemon. Wow, you've never called me that before, unless you mean somebody else. I don't mind. It's up to you. But hello, Emma. Sugar lumps. I'm on my Jack Jones, says the guy from SETI Alpha 5. It's nice though, isn't it? When that happens, sometimes it's exactly what you want, is just to be all by yourself for the evening. I know I always enjoy it. And I kind of am tonight because there's nobody downstairs. Thursday evening. I'm used to having a bit of time by myself downstairs, but tonight, particularly good because I don't normally end up cooking at this time of night. Oh, who's this then? Ellie Austin. Right, you're talking. Oh, I see. I thought you were talking to me. I feel deflated now, Emma. Anyway, Ellie Austin is here. Hello. And Axel Wish. Hello, Mr. Mustard. Can't stay long. Love your rover content. Oh, good. Thank you. If I can give you one bit of advice. Oh, here we go. It's co-stave. Avoid it in autumn 2025. It'll make sense in the summer. Going to bed. Good night. Oh, gosh. How cryptic of you. How cryptic. Avoid. If I can give you one bit of advice, it's co-stave. Now, I don't understand that. Avoid it in autumn. I am completely lost by that. I'm not really in the right kind of frame of mood tonight for figuring out puzzles. So I'm just going to leave that there as I'm confused, and I'm not really too worried about who knows it. Matron modding needed. Don't know. Has there been any need for modding yet? Did I put it on all chat? I think I did. Have I missed something? No, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything either. Oh, John Bollocks is here. Hello, John Bollocks. What a great name to read that out. John Bollocks. Yeah. Sade. Is that Sade or Sadie? Hello, Sadie. New subscriber here. Well, that's always nice to know. Thank you very much. Gaz on a Trike is here as well. And we're all saying hello to each other, which is kind of the thing that happens, really. That's how live streams often go. We would come along, we'd say hello to each other, and then we go on to the next one. Unless, of course, you find your host to be a little bit more irresistible and you end up wanting to stay. I don't expect that to happen, but I'd like it if it did. And if you are finding that any of that is happening, do give that like button a press. Go on. Please, do it, and then I can have a beer. And I have to be a bit careful with that there because that's glugging down quite nicely. Are we all well? I've not been on for a bit. Well, I've not been on for a bit either. You're most welcome. Hello. Oh, now how'd you say that? Young Pinecone 420 says, "Yo, what up?" What's Young _ Pinecone 420? I suspect that name means something, but I can't fathom what it might be. I mean, don't know what young is. Obviously, without the O in there, it could mean something else. It could be code. Pinecone 420. I That sounds like code for something to me. Oh, look, Jimmy Quinn is here. Ha! Jimmy Quinn. Hello, Jimmy. And another new one there, armpit hair. My armpit is itchy. Oh, that kind of, right. Wait a minute, do you mean the other kind of hair, not the big rabbit hair? Because if you do, that's the incorrect spelling. I'm just trying to be helpful here. But armpit hair can make your arms itchy, I suppose. What are you guys up to, says Pinecone 420? I don't know how to speak for anybody else, but I'm just sat here at the moment reading through these things before I start doing some proper cooking. Because at the moment, I've just prepared some onions ready to liquidize for a sauce. You're from Canada. Oh, right. John Bollocks says, so I just tanked a Kestrel super strength and ran down a pheasant. It's alive and well. I kind of get the impression that pheasants don't really mind being run over particularly. Michael Canning is here as well. Captain Quinn, breakfast was eggs, says Carol C. Let's put the S on there as well, eh? What was your lunch? What's cooking for dinner? Well, I'll tell you exactly what my lunch was, because you was here this morning, so you saw that I had 4 eggs. I ate 4 eggs. And then when I got home later on, I had the chicken that I cooked the eggs in. The chicken I cooked. I had the chicken that was in that pot where I took the oil out of the pot and cooked the eggs in. So I had the chicken afterwards. Not all of it, most of it. I shared some of it. I shared some with one of the little people and the dog. The dog likes chicken. Oh, yes, she does. And the only thing is, then she thinks, I don't want my proper dog food. And today she was doing quite a bit of that. I don't want that proper dog food. I want some human food, please. And then she'll sit there in front of me, scratching her chin, looking at the clock as if it's time that we all started to treat her a little bit more like a little human being rather than an old dog. Well, I must confess that I did end up giving her a bit of a treat, but then felt like I shouldn't have done because she needs to know her place. She's a doggy, not a human being. Cripes! Howdy, Peter. Armpit hair. I think's on Mystic. Oh, 69 is here. Hi, all. Hey, Mustard. Blimey, small world. Defecating protogram. I'm related too. Oh, good. Everyone's related. Yeah. Where's your daughter here? She's the star of the show round here, says Pinecone 420. But I don't know who that question is actually directed to. So, very difficult to know. This is where sometimes, if you want a specific person to answer a question, you have to address them, and then they know that you are talking to them. Hi, Deffy Poo. Deffy Poo. Oh, right, I see. How's your day open? Open? What's going on here? Am I missing something? How's your day open? Asks Michael Canning. Don't know. I plucked my arse out. Wilma is the star. Well, yeah, she's potentially the star, but she shouldn't really pop in when it's necessary, does she? All Wilma's best moments are caught by me being clever with the camera. That's really it. She's not as good as you think. She'd never make a decent actor. Emma asks, do you ever put nuts in your cooking? I want to start doing that. You can do. You don't have to wait for me to do it first. Do you like nuts in cooking? Cashews normally are the thing to use, aren't they? Best use a razor. Don't put your dangler in the curry. Indeed, Peter, sound advice from Chef Boaty. Is that one of his pieces of advice, not to put your dangler in the curry? That's typical. That's typical, really. That he assumes that's because that's what he thinks you might want to do. That's what that everyone else would be thinking the same thing too. But believe me, most people don't think like that. You don't get this on Boaty's World. You get worse. You get worse. I have walnuts with apricots for breakfast sometimes, says Carol C. Walnuts and apricots. I wonder what that's like. It's probably sweet and woody. Sweet and woody. Excuse me whilst I carry on reading the comments out. When I get to the end of these comments, I shall start doing just a little bit of cooking, I think, because that was my original intention tonight. I could have been doing some video editing. Not that I've got any really proper to do, because you know what? I'm too preoccupied with the idea of making longer videos that go over the course of a few days rather than just one day. Like when I first started making videos, I'd have a video that was, my day's video would be possibly 2 minutes and 32 seconds long. I thought that was enough. And then I discovered that really it needs to be about 10 minutes if you want anyone to watch them. So, I started doing that. And then you get into something where you want the content to progress. So then it needs to be done over the course of a few days. And then I discovered that you can have different folders on your phone, so you can have more than one thing going on at once. It's just remembering to put things in the right place. Still a lot less confusing than just having it all in the same folder and having to pick your way through it and figure out what's going on. But it does mean that from time to time, it's like there's nothing going on. It's like I don't actually make videos any longer. Then suddenly, pop, there's a big one for you. It's been brewing for about a week. Now, what have I missed? Cashew curry. How are the things in the world of Boaty? Well, I'm not sure whether he's doing a live stream tonight, but he might actually, talk about it. Yep, head chef Boaty advises you not to put your dangler in the curry. I have it on video. You've kept it on video. There's some old curry sauce. Oh, Gazna Trite says, I thought cashew curry was where you bought in bulk. Cashew curry. I thought a cashew curry. Ah, right, cash and carry. I get you. Brilliant, Gaz. Well done. Oh, no. You could have Schrodinger's box with Oxen's razor. I think crushed peanuts go nicely over noodles. Oh, no, not noodles. Mend My Cars is here. Yay, mustard. Weekly vlogs. Weekly? They have to do a bit more than that, don't they? Oh, I love a bit of crunchy peanut butter with some spicy chicken sort of satay, says the Greenwood. Oh, peanut butter. Oh, there's a big no-no from me. I like the taste of peanut butter, but I know it's very, very bad. Very naughty indeed, so I just don't eat it. Says a man drinking beer before he's even got to 27 likes. I mean, that's really kind of wrong, isn't it? That's really wrong. But it's wrong in a way that I'm comfortable with. So, bollocks. Karen says, hello, by the way. Says the guy from SETI Barry 5. She just texted me. She had to have a cataract surgery. Oh, gosh, that doesn't sound very nice. It isn't very nice. I know it's not very nice. Not that I know from experience, but I know it's not very nice. But I draw a line at Brazil nuts. I don't know of anyone who cooks with Brazil nuts, Mystic Hair. Brewing for about a week. Some of your trumps sound like that. They might do, I suppose, but they're really not. They're nothing like that at all, in fact. No, my trumps are usually quite fresh. That's how I don't know they're coming. A big hello from Kara to Karen. I can confirm Boaty has a live stream scheduled for 11 o'clock tonight. Brilliant. I shall be there. I'm making a point of staying up late tonight. Which nut loves chess? A chestnut. Here we go with the terrible jokes. Thank you, Carol, for that unbelievably cack joke. That deserves a good 2 out of 10, I reckon. Look at me swilling my beer around in my glass like it's something rather special, when in actual fact it's just cheapo, little snide copy of San Miguel. You know the stuff, I'm always talking about it. It's just jolly good. Me and my cars, not mend my cars. Right, but me and my cars. Here is the problem with bunging all of the words together with no capitals anywhere, and that is that you've got to read it out carefully to see what you mean. And many people will misspell a word amongst that. So that looks a bit like a misspelt mend my cars. After all, cars doesn't have a Z on the end, so you can't really blame me for doing that. But I will apologise for not knowing that that's what you meant. I buy 100% peanuts, butter, nothing added, just crushed nuts, says the Greenwood. Is that expensive? I bet it is, isn't it? It must be. It must be. And there's no sugar in it either, normally. Who has peanut butter that doesn't have any sugar in it? I didn't think anyone would like that. And with that, if that's the case, can't you just buy peanuts that are meant for birds? You know, for bird feeders, and just crush them yourself? You could do that, couldn't you? Oh dear, are we having this again? Peanut butter is fine if you pure peanut butter, no dodgy oil, salt, sugar, etc. And I think that's the thing, though. That's what we consider peanut butter to be: is peanuts and palm oil and sugar and salt. Am I on all messages? I believe I am. I am on all messages, yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't miss one out from time to time because I'm just not paying quite enough attention. Right, eh? Which means you can't stand the light from my arse. Yeah, well, I am on all messages, Otter. What do you call an angry nut with a moustache? Pistachio. That's more like it. A pistachio, yeah. I like that one enough to give that one a 6 out of 10. I often eat peanut butter, says Gaz on a Trike, straight from the jar as the energy boostery sort of thing. Right. Now, yeah, smooth peanut butter works well on faded plastic bumpers and trim. It does. I've known about that trick for about 20 years, and I tried it on one of my cars. In fact, I used to think it was rather funny, actually, to be outside in the summertime with a jar of peanut butter, smearing it all over my car. Because, you know, like, people are going to look at you like you're doing something really weird. But, you know, look at the results. I mean, there are other things that will do a slightly better job that cost a whole load more. But that's why they cost a whole load more, because they can do a slightly better job. After all, it's the smooth peanut butter is still full of salt and sugar, so that's not necessary, is it? In actual fact, neither are the peanuts. The only bit that actually does anything is the oil, which is either from the peanuts or the palm oil. With jam, little £1.29 pure peanut butter. I didn't know it was that cheap. I thought it was a lot more expensive, actually. Matt Passad is here. Good evening, Captain, and good evening, chat. Me too, Mr. Care. Love the blended with banana and oat milk. Oh, no, gosh. Oh, God. Oat milk. Oh, that's not milk, that's oat milk. No! Don't react. Nobody will be impressed. 1 kilogram pure peanut butter for £5. Very cheap, very healthy. That's quite a lot, actually. That sounds disgusting, says Mystic Hair. Evening. Oh, gold mustard. Would you rather be in the front or the back end of a panto horse if you were doing it with both? What a question is that? I don't think it matters, really. I don't want to be part of a panto horse with anyone. Right, let's not think about that. Actually, come to think of it, I don't want to think about being part of a panto horse. And do you know why? I don't want to be in a pantomime. I really don't. Do you like pantomime? I think pantomime's like one of those things that nobody really likes beyond the age of about 8. And if they say they do, it's because they're trying to look like they like pantomime, when of course nobody does. Yeah. It's not disgusting, mystic. I'll have to try that then. I'd say mustard is a giver, not a taker. So you'd be at the back, I reckon. Or not even in the building, come to think of it. Looks like you've been goofing with the bees. What does that mean? Why is this making so much noise in there? I have to put some more water in it, I think. Yeah. You know, when I get doing some actual cooking here, I'm not going to be able to concentrate quite as well on reading comments out and stuff. So we'll have to make sure that the comments I do read are really rather good. Yeah. I'm still going to get to the end of these first, though, before I even consider cooking. I'm going to end up being really hungry by that time, though. I'm not hungry yet, though, so I'm fine. Oh, what? Yeah. The back end behind Boaty. Boaty does have a lovely arse, according to Peter P. Well, that might be your kind of thing, but it's not mine. Panto horse is not a place for a careless trumpety. Ah, now there's the point as well, actually. Would, given this situation is one that you're all quite happy to discuss, which I'm mildly surprised by, of doing the panto horse with Boaty, I think we all know it would be trouble if he was the head end. But he'd absolutely love that, wouldn't he? He's very, very proud of his flatulence, and he would be doing it as much as possible. I could imagine him going to the special effort of making sure he eats all of the things that insist that gas is built up, just so I have the option of either remaining professional or being completely choked, and I don't like the sound of that. To be fair, I would consider the same thing myself. I mean, it's an occupational hazard, isn't it? Makes me wonder, really, whether the panto horse is actually just a joke, just for exactly that. Yes, Boaty in pole position with Mustard taking it up there. God. Oh gosh, oh yeah, dear. Where do you find the energy to manage so many live streams above and beyond indeed, Mark Prasad? Yes. Lots of wine and insanity, apparently. She's a superhero, says Mystic Hair. Agreed. Oh, now, apparently I've said something really funny. I hope it was worth it. Read the panto horse with boat. Oh, right, I see. Ah, right. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. Look at that. I'm not even a long way behind in my comments. That's a good thing if I want to actually do some cooking, isn't it? After one of his staff curries, I tend to agree. Have you tried the staff curry, Mystic Hair? Though, have you? Have you experienced lots of trumpets because of eating the staff curry? I haven't. No, thank you, Emma. Mustard and Boaty do panto horses. Although I have discussed this idea that when one day when we bring back more mustard and boaty things, I think at the moment for me it's just going to be whenever we do something together, I'm just going to bung it on this channel and kind of edit it in the same way. But we really should be doing things that make each other either very uncomfortable, very embarrassed, or very challenged in one way or another. Make each other do things we don't want to do. Gosh, that sounds rather intimidating, doesn't it? Don't want it to be intimidating, just want it to be an experience that you don't enjoy at the time, but afterwards you're kind of glad you did it. That's the magic to it. You don't get panto horses on Hubnut. A panto horse is no laughing matter. I've had staff curry. I've had stuff with sauce in them. I reckon Boaty would play a rather convincing ugly sister in a panto. Well, he probably would do, actually. The problem with Boaty's staff curries is always served at 2:30 a.m. That's quite a good time for that, isn't it? I do miss the Mustard and Boaty random songs. Well, yeah, which random songs are these? We don't really do random songs together. It's me that does the random songs. Oh, gosh, right. A wig with makeup. Now, hello there. Hello there is somebody new. Hi, hello there. Exactly right. But that's an interesting question. The Beatles are Oasis. For what? The Beatles are Oasis for what? I mean, there are more Oasis left than the Beatles, but come on, this is a silly question, really, isn't it? You're not seriously asking me which one I think is best, are you? Oasis, because Noel Gallagher? What? Right, okay. I think it's time to shut up and do some cooking. Hang on. Carol C's saying something rather interesting. Might even be a joke, you never know. My husband became very ill, so I rubbed grease all over his back to make him feel better. He went downhill fast. That's a terrible joke, but it's actually quite good at the same time. So I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10. I love me some Noel Edmonds Gallagher. Here we go. We're going to get some noisy stuff right now because I'm going to liquidize those onions. Some of them will be for this and some of them will be for another time. But in the meantime, stop it. I'm not really someone who likes to just do copied songs like that. And as I've just done it there, I promise not to do it again. There we go. So nice 25% fat mince. Lots and lots of energy in there. Don't knock it over, you silly muppet. Oh, I've already got a spoon. Yeah, right, drop it on the floor. Now it needs a wash then, or you would say that. Hopefully some of you will be able to stay for the duration of this particular cooking session. I know I will. I'll have to do, won't I? Because I'm making it. I want that. Now, where's the attachment to it? Oh dear. Where's it gone? I've lost it. There it is. That's on too high. So one of my favourite things to do is to just not even bother chopping the onions and garlic up properly, because it's completely not necessary. But to cook it properly and then just whiz it. Anybody else use this method to have a sauce with a curry or anything else? I would say all just me, but it's not just me. But is it just me amongst all of the people in this live stream? Go and get that there. I'm always saying I can't multitask, yet I managed to drive a car whilst having a conversation. I managed to drive a car whilst making a video about all sorts of stuff. But you'd think it'd be easier to do that. Evidently not. Evidently, it's easier just to drive a car and negotiate your way around the traffic and stuff. Than to do that, or just simply squash the mince up like that so it starts to cook everywhere. That also should be very, very easy. I mean, it is very easy. It'd be really good if instead of having this here like that, if I had a great big screen up there and the comments came out like a ticker tape thing. That'd be ace. Then I really could go onto autopilot whilst I cook. Yes. Now, when I started doing live streams on this channel, it was all about doing the cooking, and many people asked me, what's cooking tonight? And I wasn't cooking anything, I was just sat here having a chat. And that might have even disappointed a few people. But not tonight. Not tonight. So for anyone that up for it, so that's what happened there. Thank you for anyone that's happened to have stayed here, stuck with it, just in case, which is very good of you. Very good of you indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was about to talk about how and what I'm going to do with this food, wasn't I? So I will. For anyone that's still here or about to come back. But I think in the meantime, let's go back to catching up with some comments instead. So where I was up to, Matron Pinging. Well, there's loads of comments there. You should call this live stream Mincing with Mustard. That I quite like that actually, mincing with mustard. Oh, it's easy to get quite a long way back. No coward. That's as far as I got before, which is quite a long way behind then, isn't it, eh? My organic onion is sprouting in the bowl. Long, healthy shoots. Abner Makshika, what are you cooking? Love from South Africa. Well, if you're still here, which you're probably not, I'm doing a keema. Has he taken the papery thing off the back of the mince? It doesn't have one. It doesn't have one. This particular mince is just wrapped in this thing. It's just stuck together like that. That's how they managed to say less packaging. It's just not necessary in this thing. Good. Mince and onions, no. Looks suspiciously like spam, except it's just meat rather than meat with other things in there that I don't want to eat. Let's come back to the comments in a bit then. Let's try and catch up. Let's get to the end. Yeah, it did freeze. I know white frozen. Mince the internets. Prong him. Yeah, I haven't got that either. I haven't got that either. Starmer the mustard harmer. Let's just go to the end then, shall we? Let's just do that. Would you consider writing the recipes and descriptions? Asks Emma. No, not really, because I just remember what it is that I've done, and I don't do measuring. I used to do measuring when I first started cooking, and then I just didn't bother, and I found that it worked out better. Have you ever had Boerewors? No, I haven't. I don't know what it is. Getting better. Boerewors were too long and boring for us Brits. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. So anyway, as we're back up to probably about the same amount of people that were here before they got bored, let's talk again about what it is I am doing, which is this mince here is frying off so it stops being sort of pink and goes brown. I'm going to get this out, the pestle and mortar. I'm going to get out the spices I need for this, and I shall talk through what I am having. It's going to be quite simple. I'll get them all out before I tell you what I'm doing. Oh, that there as well. Yes, good. And this one as well. Good. And that, yes. Oh, you'll agree. This is quite a nice, simple bit of cooking. Where's the other thing I want? It's not in there. So maybe it is in here. Oh gosh, where's it gone? I can't do it without that. Come on, be reasonable. Oh no, it's there. Right. Okay. Hello. Right now, I promise this is quite a simple method, really, because all we have is, beef mince rather than lamb mince. Couple of reasons for that, which I shall be quite happy to go into. One of them, the beef mince is cheaper. I feel less bad about it, and for this, there's so much flavour going on. It wouldn't really matter what mince it was. Plus, it's better for you. I think probably beef mince is slightly more nutritious than what lamb mince is. That's not the actual reason. Anyway, that is there cooked in its own oil. Onions and garlic cooked and then liquidized so they can make a sauce. And then with the pestle and mortar, I shall First of all, crush black peppercorns and Himalayan salt. And then cumin seeds and coriander seeds, mustard seeds, and fenugreek, which will just go straight in. And then the only other things we have are ground ginger and turmeric. Turmeric doesn't really add anything to the flavour particularly, but it does give it a nice stain. And that's it, except for some tomatoes. Told you, simple. Sometimes I like to have a green capsicum in there as well. Oh, what am I talking about? There is something else. There's something else in there that's actually quite important. We want it to have a bit of spiciness, don't we? And so, the only thing that isn't really a raw ingredient is this, which is the Naga chili. I could use just chilies, green chilies, whatever, any kind of chilies really, but I particularly like this one. So that's why I'm going to use that one. And tomatoes as well, of course. Would quite like to just use fresh tomatoes, but tin tomatoes is okay, really. I'll come back to some comments in a bit after I do some grinding. Grinding, yeah. Let's do some grinding. Now, Emma mentioned there, asked about writing down recipes. I'm not sure whether that's just you asking because you're interested whether I do it or not, or because you'd quite like some instruction on some things. Right, there's our salt. Quite a bit of salt, to be honest, but there always is in a curry. We go for the pepper. Want quite a bit of pepper. So, again, freshly cracked black pepper really does the job. Can we have an ASMR moment with cracking pepper? Or does it just have to be sizzling sounds? Gosh, that's already smelling really rather good. The fenugreek seeds, I just pour them straight in because they don't crush that easily. But what they do is they soak up moisture quite well. Next, we're going to have cumin seeds. These don't really need crushing. I just like crushing things, so I'm going to do. Cooking can be so satisfying. Oh, and there's the point actually. Now, cooking a curry whilst having a beer has been one of those pleasures I've enjoyed for such a long time. I associate eating a curry, cooking a curry, having a beer. They just go so well together. Let's crush some mustard seeds as well. Let's crush too many mustard seeds as well. That's fine because the mustard seeds aren't really overpowering. It's only when you add water to them that they seem to do that thing where the mustard goes up your nose. And I know I'm experiencing that at the moment because I've made some mustard a few days back. I put it in a jar with a bit of apple cider vinegar and I keep opening it up just so I can have a smell of it. There we go, it's nicely crushed actually. Lots of mustardy bits actually coming out. Turmeric, the next thing to go in. I like to say I need to buy some more of this, but I don't need to, because I've got some more, because I made sure a couple of weeks back that I didn't run out of the stuff. Ginger powder. And that is it, but except for the coriander. But what I'm going to do with the coriander is I'm going to leave that till last. So I'm going to put these other bits away, and just before I start to dish it up, I'm going to bung the coriander in then. Hopefully you can make sense of that. Oh, oops. Oops. I've said it before, but this has become one of my favourite things, just crushing fresh spices. It just makes all the difference to have a properly fresh flavour to it. Then again, so enthusiastically turning this around and kicking bits out. Let's get the tomatoes out as well. Oh, and the Naga chili. Don't really want to overdo it with the Naga chili. So, 1 spoonful. I also don't want to overdo it with the tomatoes, so what I have here is some from the other day. There's half a can of tomatoes there. That's more than enough. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to just give this another little stir up and sit back down and read some more comments out. Look at that, all the people disappeared once I started doing some proper cooking, and everyone buggered off. Wow. Let's see who's still here then, shall we? Got a broken Himalayan salt lamp. Should I grind it up? Emma Lemon says turmeric is very good for you. It is very good for you. The problem with beef is it's probably spent more time on a roundabout. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? That's a 1 out of 10. Congratulations, Carol. Are you dining alone? I will be doing, yes, because I make something like this to my own taste, and it's even a full packet of mince is only really enough for 2 decent sized meals, isn't it? How do you like a meaty sausage? A cheeky sprinkling of fish food. Grinding is okay. Please don't twerk. I wasn't twerking, Batman. I was asking about the recipes because sometimes I fancy making something that you have made but don't have to go through the whole live stream making notes. Oh, I see. Now that gives me a bit of confidence. Well, okay then. In that particular instance, If you can remember something that I've made that you like the sound of, just let me know which one it is, and I'll tell you. I'll just give you a brief rundown on how to do it. Tomatoes. Beer. It's been a long... Oh, gosh, that sounds weird. I was going to say it's been a long time since I've enjoyed a beer as much as this. But it hasn't. It's been 3 days. Maybe that's long enough, eh? Oh, lovely more comments to read out. The wonderful combination of the two, reading comments and actually doing some stuff in the kitchen as well. So there we go, Emma. There's my suggestion. Although, if you can go camping, you want to eat as little meat in your sausage as possible, says Peter P. And I don't know what that means. And I'm not going to ask. What? If mustard started twerking, I think I would become incontinent with laughter. Right. You're going to ask for this kind of thing. You can't say stuff like that to me without me thinking it's some sort of challenge, can you? I'm not really sure how to do it though. So I'll have to watch some twerking videos to get some help, I reckon. Can you recommend any? Those, right, the onions now look a bit like apple sauce because they're starting to darken and they smell really good. That's the consistency we want, like that. You don't want them to be full of water. You might as well rinse this out as well, though. Yep. Just because I don't want it to be particularly tomatoey doesn't mean I want to waste the tomatoey bits that are in there. Oh, I had Himalayan salt lamp and it started leaking everywhere because the damp atmosphere. It was awful, got rid. Yeah, it's real salt then. I've seen them, but, oh, excuse me. Why did they think of doing that, making a lamp out of salt? Grinding, just the job for mincing with mustard, says Mystic Hair. No. I'm impressed that you use whole spices. I always use them ground. Well, I used to do as well. But I just find that you have just a bit more actual flavour going on if you just grind them up as you cook them. And now I'm just a bit addicted to doing it that way. I just love doing a curry this way. It's just the flavours just seem so vibrant. Boaties anybody's after a few vinos. Believe me, I've tried. Stir, and I am an there. I even know because I filmed it. No, yeah, she's not rosemary. Well, past my bedtime, says Gaz on a trike, and he's off. Past his bedtime, he's off. Blimey, Emma, did you chance your arm with must? No, not me. No, it was with Boaty. No. Me too. Go to bed. Been a slog all day. Might transition to the sack. That man has standards. At 56, my standards are an all-time low, says 69. This conversation has gone rather weird. Let's skip it on to someone else. Right. Vasilis Katasaris. Are you a biker? No, I'm not a biker. I've never been a biker. I've got a bike, as in a mountain bike. I like a push bike, but I don't like to motorbike. Never ever have I been interested in motorbikes. Never ever will I be, I don't think. It's just not my thing. Thanks for asking, though. Now, you might be able to see here that the mince is not exactly starting to dry up, but what is happening is a lot of the moisture's gone from the tomatoes, which means it's a good time to start adding the onions back in, which I'm going to do. Once I see the oil bubbling, coming out, I'll put the onions back in there to kind of secondary fry it. You can hear it, can't you? You can definitely hear it. So if I, in fact, turn it up, it'll happen even more quickly. It'll be more dramatic and definitely more worthwhile the wait. Here we go. That's 4 onions in there. That's too much. So the rest of that is going to go into a pot. And just so happens, I have one here. A nice plastic pot ready for the onions to go into. But maybe best off just leaving it to cool down a little bit first. Now look at that, you see, it's separate. Keeping it that way whilst the onions fry a bit further with the meat. Put that in there. Last thing to do then is going to be to crush up that coriander. And of course, what I want to do is use quite a bit of it. So I'm going to crush it up, mix all this lot up, and then just before I end, I'm going, oh, see that? I put too much in and then thought, I'll still put a bit more in anyway. That's the way I do things. One day I'll do this without a live stream and I'll just do it in my usual way. Curry, beer, Philip Glass or Radiohead. Either will do fine. Might be listening to both of those tonight that has helped the inspiration, because I love Philip Glass and I love Radiohead. I got thinking earlier on that for a few people that might be interested, I might do a top 10 favourite albums of all time. You know, for those people that for some reason are actually interested in what I do. I can't think of any reason why you would be, but some are. I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to let it simmer for a while, and then when I finish reading comments, I'm going to bung this in, have a quick taste of it, and that's going to be the end of the live stream. Everybody happy? It's going to be very nice, by the way. I can guarantee it. I'm not, of course I'm not getting wankered. I've had 1.5 beers and I am perfectly compass met. Oh, look what's happened there. Well, that is rather nice indeed. Mark Passad has indeed gifted 5 mustard memberships. What a lovely, wonderful chap you are. Thank you very much. How wonderful that is. Brillogs. Wow. Yes. Very, very generous. Thank you. That makes me feel like I'm going to have to do something rather rapidly to give my channel members something new to. Oh, hang on. Oh, have I got one? Have I got one? No, I haven't. No, I got one last time. I'll come to those in a bit, actually. I'm going to carry on reading the comments, then I'll get down to there and I'll read out who's got the channel membership. So where was we up to? No, I'm not. No. TTG Flat White. Good evening, my old China plate. Quick question for you, sir. Have you considered dreadlocks? I think it would suit you. No, I haven't. I have never considered dreadlocks. And I never will. On the bog. New populist philosophy. Is death something or nothing? Well, okay, right. I do like a question like that. Is death something or nothing? Because it's something that becomes nothing, isn't it? That's the point. If you are no longer around, then what is around is completely irrelevant. Just like, saying, what can you do about something? You can do nothing about it, which isn't true because nothing is not a verb. So therefore, it's impossible to do nothing about anything. You always have to be doing something. How do exotic dancers make money? They go twerk. I'm not sure how much to like that one, actually, Carol. So they go twerk. I'm going to give that one a 3. It's mildly amusing. I see what you did there, yes. My first consignment, though, was another one. Anybody with teens who went through the dabbing and flossing trends, dabbing what? What is it then? I'm trying for 0, says Carol C. You carry on trying because you'll get there. Have you done one? Did I give you a 0 out of 10 for one joke once? I'm sure I did. I'm sure you did one so unbelievably bad. Hated dabbing. Every photograph taken over the space of a year had their faces dabbed out. Ah, right, I see. That's what it is. So how's that related to flossing? Then I don't really understand. Yes, but my biggest lemon used to strike a dab every time the camera's. I'm getting more confused by the second here. It's an evolution of dance. Come on, mustard, it's cooked now. It's not. It's almost. Dabbing is so 2015. It's new to me. And now we get to the point where the Mark Passad gifted memberships to, I almost forgot which channel it was then, Captain Mustard, can be announced. And those are we ready? You've seen them yourself. Even so. Lord Brennan of Sealand. Thank you very much. Lord Brennan is a great chap. Boaty's World, whoever he might be, congratulations. Mark Davis, thank you very much. Michael Waddle, also thank you very much. And Terry Fine, was also gifted a membership. So what a wonderful evening. What a way to possibly almost finish this off. Thank you. Is it a bowl of curry? Any additions? No, I'm not going to do anything else with it. No. It would be quite a bit more messing around. I was trying to do some bread with it, and I'm trying to avoid bread anyway, of course, or rice. It's just the curry. Just the curry. Hello, curry. I'm thinking Mustard likes everything by the Barron Knights. I cannot think of a single song by the Barron Knights. I do remember them, but I don't remember any of their songs. Both got gifted a membership to my channel too, as did Project Nigel. Yes, this is the thing, is you really want your gifted memberships to go to people that are going to actually want to watch the stuff that's behind the scenes, aren't you? And you just never know. I've been a member of Boaty's channel for about a year or something like that. But in all honesty, I don't really take advantage of the thing. And I know that many of my channel members don't as well. And you can't expect them to, just because they're a channel member, that they just drop everything because you've got a members only video. It doesn't work like that. What exclusive content do you offer, Mustardo? Asks Mystic High. Well, you could become a member and find out. Become a member and be disappointed. What I do on this channel, because it's only a 99p membership, is if I post a video, I make sure that members get to see it first. And whilst I have quite a few being posted up, I try and overlap them. So there's always a members only video. The only thing is, past couple of days, I've started to get behind again a bit, because doing a video every single day, doing 2 videos every day, can be just a little bit on the tricky side. Feed the slugs. Oh, right. I was only here for the trumps, but 0 trumps tonight, says Emma. I know, I'm very, very sorry. What we really need is somebody to save up all the trumps into one nice, big, easily accessible jar for you to enjoy at any point you like. Oddly enough, I've never thought of doing that. No, dabbing is a dance pose with one arm. Oh, right. Dabbing is a dance pose with one arm to one side and the other over the face. It's just the kind of thing I don't think I'd ever want to do myself. I'm allergic to mozzie saliva. Don't kill him. It's just me round for... How many channels have you got now? Asks Jimmy Quinn. I've only got... Well, actually, I've got loads. But I've only got 2 active channels. I've got... There's this one and the other one. They're the 2 main channels. There's the one with Steve, which is still there. There's the one with Boaty, which is still there, but we haven't actually done anything on it for a while. And then I've got a few old channels that I've not put anything on for years. So there's no point in subscribing to them because you won't get any notifications or see anything new. So I'd call that, for the moment, 2. I asked Alexa to fart the other day. Pathetic. What, asking Alexa to fart? Or how well Alexa did a fart? Mozzies don't like Marmite and whiskey. Eat one and drink the other. Are you sure I'm not supposed to bathe in whiskey and use Marmite as a lotion? Ooh. Right, let's finish this curry off, shall we? I'm going to let you witness me having my first taste of this particular thing. Of course, as I've said, nothing's measured. It all just goes off me having enough experience of making food to just kind of get it right, to wing it even. Also, as I mentioned earlier on, the best food does not necessarily look particularly great. So there we go, there's my food in the pan. Many people would look at that and go, oh, I don't want that. That's fine, because I do want it. Maybe I should give my own grub a mark out of 10. And I can be completely honest about it, because if I can do better, I'd rather tell myself that than pretend it's the best thing ever. Because it might not be. So, just a small bowl of it. Keema with everything freshly crushed. Everything, except for the Naga chili. Oh, I've got burps. Burps are plenty, just no farts. Wait a minute. No. Not going to have one. That's just really good. Leaving that coriander till the last moment as well, because it's like coriander, the flavour will just disappear so rapidly whilst you cook it. Trying to think if the one I made the other day was a bit better. More like just a bit different. No, it's as good as it needs to be. The only thing I could think would be a bit more Naga chili. And maybe even a bit more coriander, come to think of it. Well, I missed that. Marmite wrestling. Well, that is a good idea. That's a really good idea, actually. Naan bread the size of an elephant's ear. Mark said, I always put some garam masala in my Indian dishes at the end point. Well, garam masala is mostly what I've got here anyway. If you know what goes into, if you know what garam masala is. So I think the bright bit of this is quite simply that it's all freshly ground. When we've been to somewhere like Istanbul, there seems to be something about the flavour of the food that I can't quite get your finger on exactly how it is they're doing it. Because there's more than just 2 or 3 spices on the go. It's probably more down to the method than anything else. So things like onions and garlic want properly cooking for a long time. Some of the spices want cooking for a short amount of time, but require heat, but not for very long. Anyway, gosh, this is really good. So I'm going to end this live stream here. I just want to say thank you very, very much for watching. I need to invite some people around to eat my food. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for sticking with the hang-up moment. Super big thank you to Mark for gifting some channel memberships. And thank you to the Greenwood for the moderation, especially if it was needed tonight. I'm going to see you over at Boaties in a bit. Bye-bye.